How is it going, guys? Slippery Jim here. Welcome back to Sky Vaults. And in this episode, we are going to be unlocking a couple of big mods that are going to be very, very awesome. And setting up some power generation, some digital storage and stuff like that. But before we do that, we are going to look at running a vault just to get a little bit of extra materials and so forth. So let's just see what we need to craft up the vault crystal here. Straight up, we need some gold, some dye, some netherrack, and some nether wart. Alrighty, should be pretty doable there. Should be everything. Boom. Alright, let's grab that. And I think I've got everything else I need. I'm going to be testing out this new sword. So we got this in the last episode. It's got a lot of straight up damage. And it's got a shocking hit chance as well as extra range. And some arthropod and illager bonus damage as well. But we do not have chaining on this. So it's going to be interesting to see how good it is. I guess we're about to find out. Let's jump into the vault. Now, as far as my bounties go, we now can have 2 bounties. So both of these are to kill vault dwellers. So we should be able to do these simultaneously. Okay, we got a monolith objective here. And we have a buff to our mana regen from Wendar. Because I forgot to mention, I actually have a favor from Wendar that I got in a resource vault. In between episodes, so we're going to be going through and concentrating on completing the objective, but we've only got 6 monoliths to locate, so it shouldn't be too bad. And we've definitely got to come back here to the portal, which is located to the west. Okay, so let's just go through, and we're going to be killing these guys over here, the vault fighter dudes, who are classed as vault dwellers for the purposes of the objective. Okay, let's see what we got down here. Is there... Okay, we got some coin piles. Let's just jump down here. And we have speed. Let's just maybe spawn everything in and use the storm arrow to clear out most of them here. What do we got back here? Is that a creeper? Did I see a creeper? Yeah, there's a creeper back there. Got to be careful of that. Alright. Just get everyone bunched up here. Come over to my cloud. Yeah, the new sword's pretty good. Especially for 1v1 type situations. That shocking chance or whatever it is pretty awesome too for kind of stunning them a little bit. Okay, loot time. Let's turn on the magnet and get these coins here. Already grabbed that. Alrighty. Let's go hit up those other couple of POIs. I think there was some living chests back here somewhere. Grab these wooden ones. Alright. Some more sweet kiwis. Always nice to get some of those. You do usually end up with quite a lot of those, even if you use them as frequently as I do. Okay, I think that's everything down the bottom here. We might move on. I did not see a monolith here unless it's up top somewhere. But yeah, we'll just push on, I think. A quick peek through there. I might actually head in this direction. Let's use our hunter ability. Oh, maybe there is. Is that downstairs? That's the god old... Oh, it's right there. How did I miss that? I must be completely blind. In my defense, it is kind of behind this pillar here. Alright, anyway. I did see something over in this direction somewhere, but I'm not sure where it was. We'll use the hunter ability in a sec. Alright, doesn't look... Oh, actually, there might be something down there. Yep. That is a monolith right there. And it looks like we might have an ore room as well, which is pretty nice. Let's hit that. So that's number 2. This is a weird ore configuration. It's like an arch or something. Is this entire cave ores, or is it just one POI? Let's have a look. Okay, it looks like it is. Possibly? Not a single ore. What the heck, man? That's not cool. I think there was only those 2 POIs down there. We'll have a look up top though. Here we go. Couple of these ones. God, no! Come here, you. What? Okay. Might as well clear this out. So, yeah, we're doing pretty good for the Vault Dweller bounties. Only got a handful left there. Make sure we get every last piece of ore here. Wow, I'm glad I went into that corner there. I think I cleared out these guys. Well, let's see, he was inside the thing. Interesting. Got 13 minutes left. So we better kind of keep moving here. I just want to get these last few ore POIs. 1 Larimar. Interesting. Interesting stuff. Tubium there, nice. Don't see a lot of that. I think that's just about everything. Let's just make sure. Nothing super exciting there, but a few pretty cool gems there. Let's just check out the extra stuff I've got here. Yeah, most of this is junk. What do we got here? There's a monolith down there. Let's hit that up. I think we'll just keep on moving through. Oh, there's a dungeon over here. Maybe we won't. We'll stick around a little bit. I do have to kill a few more Vault Dwellers as well. We'll see what kind of difficulty this is. Extreme. Can I steal some loot? This is the question. There's the spawner. turn the magnet back on. What's down here? There's a spawner there. I just try and pinch as much free loot as I can. Without spawning anything. And then we'll take off because we're short on time as well. There's the spawner right there. Okay, I don't think we're really going to be able to go too far into there without spawning stuff in. Yeah, let's just get out of here. Definitely don't want to get one shot by any sort of champion in that extreme difficulty dungeon, but I think we would have got a bit of knowledge essence out of that one anyway. Let's go this way. Hopefully this isn't the direction I came from. Alrighty, there's another monolith. We've got 2 left in 9 minutes. We should easily find 2. And then we can just loot to our heart's content until it's time to leave. Okay, we got ore here as well. Okay, there could be a monolith up top there. So let's try and get up top there. Let's hit that. So we've just got 1 monolith left, and this just happens to be ore, an ore POI. So that's pretty nice. Let's just see what we can get here real quick. Not much in that one. What else we got? That one there. There's nothing there. Nothing there. So it's just this one over here. It's almost not worth bothering with those little POIs because they don't usually have much at all. Sometimes they don't have anything, as we saw earlier. Hopefully we can finish off these bounties. Wait. I'm only one of these is completing it. What the heck? That sucks. Oh, there's another dungeon here, but the spawner's right at the start, so I don't think I'm going to be able to steal any chests out of that one. Oh god, I'm taking a lot of damage here. Alright, what do we got here? This is pretty juicy. Some pizza night. What else we got here? That's about it. Kind of made a massive pit there. Alright, I think there was one more that I had to excavate, or was there? Maybe not. Maybe we got it. Okay, let's keep going then. We've got 5 minutes left. Got some pretty juicy ore out of that. So far it's been a pretty straightforward vault. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy at all. See if we can find that last monolith before we start looting. There's something down there and there's something up here. Let's check this one. This has got two objectives in it. One of these has got to be the monolith. Probably this. No, that's a god altar. Okay, here we go. Oh god, that is a very inconveniently placed cactus. Alrighty. Let's get this. Alright, nice. So we just have to make it back to the portal now. We just got to kill 2 more vault dwellers for one of the objectives. I don't know, like they're both exactly the same objectives. Like, I don't know why they're not completing together, you know what I mean? Okay, there's one of them. Sweet. This was coins, right? Grab that. What do we got down here? Gilded. Oh my god, not a bow skelly. These are the worst. These red bow skellies. Not a fan. That was not great. Just the one gilded there. Anyway, let's maybe move on. It'd be nice to find we've only got 2 minutes left though, so I might just get the rest of these and start heading back to the portal. Probably the smartest move. So these are counting towards the second bounty now. Not got a lot of time left actually. Let's just we just got a power for the exit. I might hit this real quick. And I think we gotta go this way. 2 minutes left. I don't think we're gonna be that far away from the exit. Wasted my dash. I like how there's a ton of steps in these vaults. Otherwise you'd be jumping a lot. Tempted to hit up that wooden POI. I'm not 100% sure how far away we are, to be honest. I think we might have to take a turn over here. Maybe. This should bring us back to the portal. Hopefully. Oh, we're on the other side of it. Okay. That's one of the disadvantages of relying on the compass. It doesn't really... It points through walls and stuff, so sometimes it feels like you're closer to the portal than you actually are. We got a village dungeon here. Interesting. Okay, we should just be good if we go through here and then take a right. I'm pretty sure. Maybe. Well, you have to keep going straight for a little bit. Oh, what is... Oh, we got an X marks room. Damn. I wish I'd seen this earlier. Alright, here we go. We're back at the portal hallway. 2, 1. No! We made it with 0 on the clock. Saved myself a kiwi. 12,000 XP there. We mined 70 ores, 38 coin piles, 62 chests. Not too bad. Not too bad. We should have got some pretty good loot out of that. Let's grab that. Okay, guys, let's head on down and I'll organize the loot and we'll check it out. Okay, I am back having sorted all of the loot and I'll show you the loot we got from the pouches in here. So, yeah, it's not too bad. We got a lot of sweet kiwis, like 36. That is crazy good. What else do we get here? We got a chest plate, few gems. Let's see if there's anything notable here. We got 1 pizza night. What else do we get here? 5 tubiums, 6 bomb ignites, 6 sparkletine. That's not bad. 7 black opals. 2 stacks of Larimar there. Exactly 2 stacks, which makes me think we ran out of space in the pouch most likely, and I wasn't picking up the rest. So that's something I'll have to factor in. We also got a couple of mystery eggs there, 3 vault diamonds, another key piece, which is excellent. If we get enough of these, we can craft a treasure room key. We got, wow, that's an amazing gem. Look at that. Perfect jewel, size 13. Coin affinity, wood affinity, mining speed, and soulbound. That is unbelievably good. Whoa. Amazing. What else did we get here? The other jewels aren't that great. We did get a repair core, which is nice. A little bit of raw carbon, some stuff like that. 8 catalyst fragments, some blessings there, some inscription pieces as well. So that's pretty much the highlights of that stuff. We also got this completion crate, which we'll pick up. What else have we got here? That's probably worth activating there. Anyway, let's open the crates up in a second. I'm just going to put away these and put these in their place as well. So getting a few of those catalyst fragments, we're definitely going to need an absolute ton of those when we start crafting our own architect vaults. Where are my jewels at? So I guess I should craft some of the what's our next unlock level for the tools at the moment? So I know we did unlock the next level of tools at level 20, but I haven't needed really to craft those yet. But then we have 35. So I'm not sure whether I should just wait till we get to level 35 and we can just repair if we need to, because these are doing the job at the moment. I mean, particularly this sickle is really good with the fact that it's got a decent mining speed for my level, as well as all the different affinities. Yeah, anyway. Let's see. So I was going to put the jewel away here. This was the coin affinity one. Coin affinity, wood affinity. So I'll put it over here. Where am I? There's coin affinity there. Wood affinities. I might actually recycle that one. All right, let's crack open the completion crate and the bounty. So the bounty was pretty good. It's got some chromatic steel there, which I'm definitely going to be needing. Let's put those in there. And then the completion crate. See what we get out of this one. We got another sandy cave. These seem to be really common. A bounty pearl, a couple of jewels there, which not that oh my god. We got an artifact. I just noticed that. That is huge. It's not a fragment, it's just a straight up artifact. So for those of you that don't know, artifacts are basically what you need to collect for the end game in this mod pack. So you've got to get, I think it is 9 unique artifacts. It might be more than that. It might be more than that. I don't know if it tells us anywhere here how many there are, but yeah, basically you have to collect all of the unique artifacts, and then there's going to be end game mechanics that you unlock once you do that. So these are super important and very rare. So yeah, that is amazing. Let's roll this and see which one we get. It's obviously going to be unique because I haven't found any until this point. Which one do we get here? We'll slap it down somewhere just temporarily. I'll find a proper place to put these eventually, but let's see. We'll just put it like here for now. 32. All right. That's massive chest. Massive pile of chest there. Interesting. That is amazing, guys. I did not expect to get that in the completion crate. That is huge. We also got a bit of lemon there, which is nice. We'll chuck that in there. The repair core is pretty handy as well. Where am I keeping my repair cores at the moment? Let's see. Repair cores. I think I've got one. Oh no, that's right. I'm keeping them in my chests. In my shulker box, I think, that I take into the vault with me. Okay, so we do have a few vault items there. Let's get rid of this. This is pretty trash. And these are pretty bad too. Let's just get rid of those. Alright, let's see if we get any relic fragments. We got one here. And let's see if it's one I needed at the moment. The Nether. Is this the very first Nether one I've found? Interesting. Let's put that in there. Okay, put those there. Chuck that in there. Okay, so we'll just roll the vault stuff real quick. And see if we happen to get anything good. I think I've got a shield here as well. Let's roll all of these. Wow. A rare shield there. With +3 health, 6% block chance, 4.5 thorns damage and 12% knockback resist. We might actually equip that just because of the extra health, but mind you, thorns is really good to have too, believe it or not. That, oh my god, we got an Omega Wand. Look how cool that transmog is for that thing. Pretty sweet looking. And we got an epic wand as well. So the Omega Wand is the Escalium Tech Wand transmog, and it's got +1 to level of Frost Nova, 5% lucky hit chance, 5% increased area of effect. Those are all pretty good. Although I've not gone into Frost Nova yet. It's also got an empty prefix there. And this one has Totem Hatred. Okay, interesting. I might just recycle that one actually. And we'll recycle these scrappier items here as well. They're really not worth keeping, but I might re-roll, or I might put the other. Okay, we got 20% soul chance on that. That one is not too bad actually. It could have its uses for sure. So we'll probably hang on to that. I'll put that here for now. And the shield is definitely a keeper. We're going to be using this shield for sure. Let's just put an unbreaking on that. So this becomes my new shield. And I'll put the other one as a backup over here. We got the coconut transmog on this one. So this is going to give me that crucial extra heart of health as well, which is pretty nice. Wow, feel like I've got extremely lucky with the loot from this one vault that we did. All right, guys. So let's just put those. I can't believe how many kiwis I got. That's so crazy. All right, so we are going to be unlocking a couple of mods shortly, but before we do that, in between episodes, I went into the raw vaults and I found I actually got a nether star out of one of the really rare resource chests in there. So this is actually going to enable me to make a beacon, and I was thinking of maybe setting up the beacon. Let's just grab this stuff out of here. Setting up the beacon down at the very bottom of the pyramid, like the level below this, and the beam is gonna go up through the middle of the pyramid and out the top. It's gonna be pretty awesome. And I want to set that up. Okay, so the beacon pyramid is finished. We just need to put the beacon on top. I love how shiny these blocks look with the texture pack that I'm using. It's pretty cool looking. All right. Anyway, let's plonk the beacon down here. Oh, I haven't actually crafted the beacon. Let's head up and get that done. There it is. Beautiful stuff. Gonna plonk some red glass on top like that, so it transforms this level to red as well. And that should go all the way up through the top of the pyramid now. And let's grab an emerald here. So we should be able to set the powers. So I was looking at the different powers that we could have, and at the moment I think reach is going to be the better one, just for, you know, expanding this floor out and building this bottom part of the pyramid. After that I can switch it up, I guess, to something else. So at the moment we can reach up, what's that, 1 2 3 4 5 6 blocks. And if we switch this on to give us the reach ability, and we could go reach 2, but I think I'm going to go regen. It's just such a good effect to have going if you take a little bit of damage to be able to regen that. So we'll turn that on there, and we should start seeing the effects. There we go. So now we can reach up to, like, I think it looks like maybe 3 blocks higher. 1 2, hang on, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 blocks of reach now, which is pretty nice. Cool. All right, so we have ourselves a beacon. Very, very cool indeed. Loving it. All right, it's more for aesthetics than anything else. So if we go all the way up here, we should see it coming up right through the top of the pyramid now and into the sky, which is pretty cool. So I had to dig a hole down through the center of the starting island. I think that's pretty awesome. Let's just grab these. I do have a spare crystal. I could budding crystal I could put down if I wanted to, but you know, I think we get enough. I've already got like a lot of spare vault crystals in boxes. Still not quite sure what we're going to use this floor for, but we'll probably need it for stuff later on, because we are starting to run out of space down on the main floor below this. Alrighty. Very, very cool. Alright. So yeah, let's just put those vault crystals away. As you can see, I've got like boxes. Oh, hang on. I think they're actually, that's the overflow box. I've actually got these boxes here full of these things. I figure it's a good idea to keep the lower level ones in case I just want an easy time farming stuff like dirt or whatever if I need it. But once I've finished building the base, at least the basic structure of the base, I'm probably not going to need that many blocks except for what the vault crystal requires. Alrighty. Anyway, that is the beacon completed finally, which is really cool. What we're going to move on to now is the main thing that I wanted to get done this episode, which is spending some skill points, not skill points, knowledge stars. Spending some knowledge stars on unlocking a couple of the big mods that are going to be really useful going forward in the mod pack. So I already have 2 knowledge stars here. I was looking at the mods that I want to unlock in this episode. And we're going to want to get a digital storage option unlocked, I think. So there's 2 of these that are like pretty much end game digital storage. We have refined storage, which costs 4 knowledge stars, and we have applied energistics, which costs 4 knowledge stars. So these are very similar to each other. In fact, my understanding is refined storage is basically built as a copy of applied energistics, or a replacement for it when there was a period where it wasn't getting any further development. So they're very, very similar to each other, but there are some things that applied energistics does that, particularly with auto crafting for certain items within the power mod, there are certain things that it can do much simpler and easier, more efficiently than refined storage in that way. So we are going to be taking applied energistics. It's also the mod that I'm a little bit more familiar with. And this also adds rewards to mod boxes, as does refined storage. So you can get some pretty cool stuff for free out of mod boxes for this this mod. So that's 4 knowledge stars I'm going to need for that. Now, applied energistics, in order to work and to be able to even craft most of the items within it, we are going to need power. So the starting entry level power mod is iron generators, which is really cheap at only 1 research point. But I don't think it's worth getting, because we might as well just go straight for power, P-O-W-A-H, which also has rewards in mod boxes. Now this is quite expensive at 5 research stars, but it is really good. So it has some early game power generation. It also has some wireless power transfer within it, and it has some later game power gen 2, which is pretty powerful. The other option that we have here is Flux Networks, but I'm not really familiar with this. This is 2 research stars and doesn't have any modbox rewards either. So we're just going to go straight for power. So that's going to be 5 knowledge stars combined with 4 knowledge stars. We're up to 9 knowledge stars already. And I thought that I'd take out colossal chests as well. This is more for like just a quality of life thing, to be able to dump everything in one of these colossal chests after doing a vault, to have a quick survey of the loot and then flush it into the digital storage or the drawers system afterwards. And they are pretty cool as well. It's basically a giant vanilla chest. The trouble with this mod, and something I wish they would fix with it, is there's no way to sort the items within the colossal chests or search for specific items either, which is very inconvenient to say the least. But it's probably a good solution for just viewing the vault items after a vault in a single storage unit. So we're going to unlock that. So in total, I'm going to need 10 knowledge stars. And at the moment, we have those 2 knowledge stars that I already got. So we're going to be crafting a few extra ones here. And we're going to need some of this. And we're going to need all of our knowledge shards and some vault diamonds as well. Let's grab some of those. Should have more than enough for what we need here. So first we're going to need the knowledge, the knowledge core, and we're going to get 8 of these. Bam. And then we're going to turn those into knowledge stars, and we'll get 8 of those. So we have 10 in total, and quite a few knowledge stars left over, like enough here for another 6 knowledge stars if I wanted to needed them for something, provided I had enough of these. So yeah, we could do 6 extra knowledge stars if we wanted to, and we're definitely going to want to unlock some further stuff, but that'll be for a future episode. We got a lot of things that I'd like to get unlocked, like the upgraded potions, maybe even belts, which is the upgrade for double pouches and stuff like that. But we'll look into that in another episode. We've already got a ton of stuff to get done in the remainder of this one. So yeah, we have 10 knowledge stars. Let's consume all of these, and then we will unlock those mods. So colossal chests, applied energistics, and power. Very, very good. Now we get 2 full sets, the robotic and the power transmogs unlocked from those, which particularly the power one looks really cool, I think. I know it's like a personal taste thing, but once we get the ability to be able to transfer transmogs onto anything we like, we'll check those out down the track. Okay, so I guess the first thing that I should look at crafting with those new unlocks is going to be power generation, because we need power generation to craft a lot of the circuits and stuff like that in order to craft the applied energistics stuff. And we're not really going to need the colossal chest in this episode anyway. We might leave that one to next episode. So let's take a look at the options here with the power mod. So power, now there is actually 4 different power generators, actually 5 different power generators within the power mod. There's 4 entry level ones, and then there's the reactors. So the entry level ones are pretty much all the same amount of power generation, all the same levels. It's just like pick your favorite type thing, the one that suits you best. So the most unique one is the solar panels, and these you can just plonk down. They only generate power while the sun's out, obviously, but they're pretty cool. So these all generate 20 FE per tick when you're looking at the starter level of the generator. The other options are the Fernator, and what this does is it's basically like a furnace in that it will burn through carbon like charcoal or coal to produce power. Pretty basic. And as I said, it generates the same amount of power as all of the other 4 starting options. There's also the Magmator, and the Magmator is essentially going to have a bucket in the top that you pour lava into, and this will burn through the lava as the fuel source to generate power. And then we have what is, in my opinion, the best power generator in the mod pack here, and that is the thermo generator. So what the thermo generator does is it uses a heat source. So you sit it on top of a heat source like a magma block, for example, or blazing crystal block, and it will use that heat source in combination with a water reservoir that you need to keep refilled to generate power. So because you can actually feed an infinite water source into this thing, you can essentially have infinite unlimited power with this thermo generator. Now obviously you're still restricted to the amount of Fe per tick that it will be capable of generating, and that's where the different levels come in. You can go all the way up to a nitro level, which generates, at least initially on paper here, 2000 Fe per tick with a max extraction of 160,000 Fe per tick, and can store 40 million Fe. So obviously if we were to go up to a reactor, which is a larger multi-block structure, you're looking at the top level of this, instead of being 2000 Fe per tick, it's 500,000 Fe per tick. So it's a substantial jump in capabilities once you build the reactor. So maybe I'll look at the reactor later on if we need to, but I don't think there's that many power needs in this mod pack. There may be if I do some crazy stuff later on, but for now I think the thermo generator is going to be the perfect solution to our power needs for a long time to come. So that's what we're going to be working on first. Now when it comes to getting to the higher tiers of these generators, they all work the same in that you have to start off with the starter model of the generator that you want to build in order to build the next level up. So this requires the starter generator to craft the basic one, and then if you go to a hardened, it requires the basic generator to craft the hardened one, and so you work your way up through to the top level. You have to craft each one in succession. But we're going to start off obviously with that starter one, and these are the ingredients that we need to craft this thing. We'll look at what all of these are a little bit later, but right now I guess the main roadblock for us is the thermoplates. So these thermoplates require 4 blaze lanterns each, and we're going to need 3 times 4, so we're going to need 12 blaze lanterns. Each of these, it requires 4 blaze rods, so 4 by 12. We're going to need quite a lot of blaze rods, particularly because we also need 5 blaze powder for each one of these. Now at the moment I've only been getting blaze rods from the resource vaults, and I've only got like 32 of these and a couple of blaze powder up there, so nowhere near enough. I'm going to need probably about a full stack of blaze rods just to make that first one. And if I want to think about going to the next level up, we're also going to need a couple of extra thermoplates for that. So in other words, I'm going to need a ton of blaze rods to be able to build this thing. So for that reason, I think we are going to need to take a quick break to build a nether portal and head into the nether to get some blaze rods, which could be quite a dangerous experience. Now remember, we are in skyblock mode, so there's not going to be any ground in the nether, but I believe that there are still nether fortresses and strongholds and stuff like that. So I'm going to grab my elytra and some fireworks here. We're not going to need the cloud in a bottle or anything like that, but I am going to need some armor, some weapons and tools and things like that as well. Well, I should have everything I need to set up the nether portal and head into the nether. I've got my elytra, some rockets here, we got some building blocks and stuff like that. I've got my trinket as well for the regen. I just have to be very careful to not die. And I've crafted up a waystone too for us to set up over there somewhere. Anyway, I thought I would put the portal over here. It should be far enough away that it's not going to be making an annoying noise in my ear all the time. And we will make a 5x5 here, I think. There we go. I'll replace those corner blocks at some point probably, but that should do for the time being. Let's light this thing up and head into the Nether. Here we go. Okay, I gotta be careful not to fall off the edge here. So this is still Sky Vaults. We have no ground below us here. What I'm gonna do is build out a platform here so I can land back on this this area if I need to. Okay, I've set up a little platform here. Should be big enough to land on with the elytra, even with my elytra skills or lack thereof. So let's take a look at the mini map and see what this place looks like. Wow, okay. We have southeast down here. Looks like we've got a bastion by the looks of it. What else have we got? Okay, there's something up here as well. Not sure what that is. Might be worth investigating. Apart from that, oh, there's something else over here too. Okay, so we'll probably have to fly around a little bit and see if we can find a Nether Fortress. Obviously, there's no actual ground down below here. It's just void. But we'll see what we can find. And I'm gonna have to be very careful not to die. But yeah, let's go for it here. We might head northeast since we know that there was some sort of bastion over here. Just have a quick look at that. See what we can find. Okay, there is the bastion by the looks of it. Very, very cool looking. It might be cool to investigate that later when we got more time for exploring. But let's take a look up to the northeast here as well. See what we can find. Okay, here we go. We have ourselves a Nether Fortress. And another bastion. Interesting. Okay, we need a blaze spawner. There's one there, I think. So if we could build a little safety box right there. I'm gonna have to be careful here though. Let's see. So the blaze spawner is... There's probably a couple of them. There's so many mobs here though. Trying to find a good location to build a little safety box. That's the spawner right there, so I guess that spot there would be perfect. If I can get in there and clear it out, which might be easier said than done. I don't want to go through too many of my rockets here. Let's just land up here for now. We'll just block this off. So this is really just a mission to quickly get some blaze rods, but I'd like to set up a waystone here so I can get back here easily. Let's take a look. Wow, look at all the mobs. Oh my god. Interesting. The blaze spawner was over that way somewhere, I believe. Yeah, it's up there. I'd like to... That thing that right there might make a good base, or that thing over there. Even this isn't too bad. It's not that far away. That's the closest location. There's a lot of mobs over there though. Okay, we got a with a skeleton incoming. He can't get in this door, I don't think, so. Alright. I'd like to be able to... Ouch. Okay, I'm on fire. Even if we go... Yeah, I really need to clear that thing out over there. I wonder if I can survive. Let's just kill this guy. I should be able to survive long enough to get over there and make that little area safe, hopefully, if I dodge everything. This is going to be risky though. Okay. Okay, that's the blaze spawner there. Okay, this is going to be dangerous. I'm so low health right now. Oh my god. Let's just block most of this off until I get my health back. Okay. Okay, I've expanded this this room here right next to the blaze spawner, so it's a little bit bigger, and I'm gonna put down the waystone over here. Blaze spawner. That should do the job. So I'm going to put a door in here as well. For now, it'd be really good if I could find a magma cube to be able to get some potions of fire resist going. I did see one earlier, but I think it might have despawned. We'll keep an eye out for one anyway. What do we got out here? This doesn't even really lead anywhere. I think there's some stairs at the end. Oh my god. That was scary. See if we can sneak into that main part of the fortress over there. Oh, magma cube. This is what I want. Let's try our storm arrow. Got to be careful that I don't get snuck on from behind here. Ah, beautiful stuff. This is exactly what I want. Okay. There's another one over here. Super dark. Apologies. Okay, I don't want to push my luck too much. We'll just head back with what we've got. That's 13 magma cream, which is huge. Okay, we got to check the chest. We got some diamond and golden horse armor. So believe it or not, that is actually pretty useful because sometimes the bounty table has the quest to turn in horse armor. It's kind of weird. Oh no, did I just hit that guy? Oh, that's not good. Okay, let's just get out of here. Let's just get out of here. Uh-oh. Oh, there's another blaze spawner right there. Alright, so far so good. I got a wither skeleton skull as well. That's pretty cool. Alright, we just have to get back to our waystone over here. And head back to base. Whoo, that was a dangerous trip. So I am going to need some more blaze rods most likely. So we will be going back, but we're going to make some potions of fire resist, which are just going to make it so much easier to farm the blazes. Alrighty, so we have ourselves a potion of fire resist. Beautiful stuff. And I'm not sure why this turned into a mundane potion, but let's see if we can grab that out of there and put in one of these. Okay, that doesn't actually do anything. That's weird. Put these armors in here. And I might make up, oh, you know what, this is probably enough for the time being anyway. We'll put those up there. Cool. All right, let's see. We've got the crafting table, we've got some chests. I have the fire resist potions that I just crafted. I don't think we'll need the elytra in the short term. Let's put that back here. And we'll head back in and just do some farming for blaze rods. Let's grab those out of there. Alright, let's go back into the nether. And we can just use the waystone for that. Okay, looks like my fire resist is worn off again. Okay, I'll expand that blaze spawning platform a little bit later when I've got more time. It's it's a great spot though. This is going to be a great setup for farming blaze rods, like early on here in the playthrough. We can just come out here and start farming those guys. And we're getting the occasional magma cube spawning in here as well. I can also use this area probably for setting up a piglin farm as well. But in the meantime, we got a bunch of blaze rods there, which is perfect, and some other resources as well. I'll leave that there. We got some magma cream and some other stuff here, which we'll take back. Some glass bottles, a little bit of gold there. Grab those shulker boxes, and the rest of the stuff I'll just leave here. We'll despawn the stone swords. Stone swords, gold swords, we don't need those. Nether bricks, I'll leave a few of those here. We'll take a couple back. We got some fences there too. I'll leave all of those there. I think that's pretty much. We'll take these back too, and the wither skeleton skull. Alrighty, let's head back to the pyramid. Well, I'll call that a successful trip into the nether. Let's just put away the stuff I've got, and then we'll get back to the main job that I was working on, which was crafting up our first power generator. Well, we have a lot of blaze rods and a lot of blaze powder now, thanks to that brief trip into the Nether. I've got a bunch of other stuff that I'm going to need for crafting here as well. But before we start crafting our thermo generator, I've realized that I've got a couple of mystery boxes here. I was able to buy another one from the black market as well. So now that we've unlocked some extra mods, let's see if we get anything good out of these mystery boxes. Okay. We got a blazing energizing rod, an ME drive, and some Fluix dense smart cable. That is super good. The energizing rod, that is actually, I was going to make an energizing rod, and this is actually the fourth, like the mid-tier version of it, which is going to save me a lot of crafting there. That is cool. Plus the ME drive is definitely something that I would have needed to craft there. And these are not exactly cheap, like two black chromatic steel to make these, and some chromatic steel there as well. It's these engineering processes. So, wow, that's super good. I'm really happy about that. Man, I can't believe we got an energizing rod. Awesome. We're definitely going to need that. In fact, I might put the ME drive straight down over here where our crafting table is at the moment. Let's just plonk it down right there. That's where it's going to go. Unfortunately, we can't customize the look of this like we can with the draw controller. That'd be a really good feature for them to add at some point. Anyway, we'll plonk that down there as well. We are going to get a crafting terminal with the applied energistic system at some point, but for now we'll have to keep using this crafting table for everything. Okay, and we'll definitely have a use for that energizing rod later, along with the Fluix cable as well. We'll put those in there. I might as well open these mystery boxes too and see what we get. Okay, the usual diamonds and emeralds. Very good. Okay, so let's get back to crafting up the thermo generator. And I'm going to get all of the parts together that we need to craft this up. So just to go through what you need to make this, you need dielectric paste, and this is a pretty common power ingredient for a lot of the recipes in this mod, and it's made up of refined carbon, magic silk, chromatic iron ingots, and larimar. You'll find if you craft a lot of stuff in the power mod that you go through a lot of magic silk and refined carbon. It's one of the big bottlenecks in crafting stuff like the reactors and stuff like that. Anyway, we're also going to need some tiny basic capacitors. Now these are also magic silk, larimar, chromatic iron. And we're going to need a dielectric casing, which is made up of chromatic iron, chromatic steel, and vertical and horizontal dielectric rods, which are made up of dielectric paste, chromatic iron, and larimar gems. The last thing that we need specific to this thermo generator are these thermo plates, which is the reason that we had to go into the Nether to get those blaze rods, because these are made up of blaze lanterns, chromatic iron ingots, and some more tiny basic capacitors. So to make these blaze lanterns is what we needed these for. And I think we're gonna need 3 of these, 3 times 4, which is 12 blaze lanterns essentially. So let's make a bunch of these up. 12 of those should be all we need there. And okay, let's see what else we need. So we needed some of these. I'm just going to go through and craft all these components, guys, because it's a pretty lengthy process. And then we'll put it all together. Okay, I should have everything I need now to make our starter thermo generator. Let's get this happening. Now, I do want to eventually work my way up through the tiers here to get more power generation happening. The next tier of this, we actually are going to need A couple more thermoplates. We might as well craft this straight off the bat if we can. So I'm gonna straight up craft this into the basic generator. So let's get some more of this stuff happening here. Okay, I think we've got everything we need now to make the basic thermo generator. So this brings us up from 20 FE per tick to 60 FE per tick. We'll grab that. To go to the next level, which is hardened, we're going to need some energized steel. And for this, we need to actually use an energizing orb and an energizing rod, which require power. So we are going to have to set up the power generation. I'm not going to go too far up the into the higher tiers of the thermo generator until I've made sure that I've got all of the crafting ingredients I need to set up the applied energistics 2 stuff anyway. So yeah, we're going to set this up probably over here somewhere. I'm just going to sleep through the night real quick, and then we'll set up the thermo generator. Now, to get this actually working, we are going to need a magma block as our heat source. We're also going to need a water source. So the water source I've seen a lot of people use with the thermo generator is the sink. And the sink is from Cooking for Blockheads. Now this thing is actually really, really expensive to craft because you need 2 black chromatic steel ingots, a chromatic steel ingot, and an infinite water bucket along with some terracotta. So the infinite water bucket by itself requires a pog and a perfect alexandrite as well. So it's very, very expensive, and you can actually skip using the thing altogether just for a couple of sticks and some iron, believe it or not. So there's actually a super easy solution to getting infinite water happening, and that's simply to use a faucet on a water source block. So we can grab a faucet, super cheap. Let's put that stick away. We are going to need a bucket of water, and that's pretty much it. I'll show you guys how I set that up. It's pretty simple though. Put that in there. All right, so we are going to set it up over here. I'll probably just line it up with this, and we'll go like there. We'll put our heat source on there, and then we're going to put let's see, we'll put our thermo generator on top of that like that. Now as you can see, it's not actually producing any power at the moment because it does need that fluid in there to cool it down and generate power. So we are going to set that up. Now what I'm going to do is probably use these plating blocks back here. This is not necessary. It's just going to, like, I don't know, try and make it look somewhat presentable. So we're going to have our water source block directly above this block here. Let's just build this out here a little bit. I actually might move this whole thing forward 1 block. Just because I'm fussy about having things lined up and whatnot. Yeah, that'll do. Let's not overthink it too much. Okay, so essentially what I'm going to do here, this is how you attach the faucet to the water source block. You just put a solid block there, it doesn't matter what it is, and then you just attach the faucet to the solid block, and it should also go straight into the top of the thermo generator there. So by default the faucet is turned off. Then we just get rid of that temporary block and put our water source block in there like that. And if we check our thermo generator, you can see it doesn't have any fluid going into it at the moment. So all we have to do is just turn the faucet there like that. And you can see it fills up with the water. And once it has water in there, it starts generating the power here. And at the moment, it is at 80% efficiency. And it's generating 48 Fe per tick. So remember, this is the basic thermo generator. And according to this, it should be generating 60 Fe per tick. So obviously we're only operating at 80% efficiency right now. And I think that's because we're using the magma block. So we are going to be looking at replacing the magma block with the best possible heat source for the thermo generator. And to do that, what we're going to need is some blazing crystals. So ultimately we want to make 9 of these blazing crystals to make a block of blazing crystal to put underneath our thermo generator in place of the magma block. And these blazing crystals are crafted using an energizing orb and an energizing rod. So we already have our free blazing energizing rod. We just need to craft the energizing orb. And although there's a bunch of different tiers of energizing rods, there's only one energizing orb, thankfully. Now, basically what these do is you put the recipe, like you can see here, a 1 blaze rod, 1 perfect Larimar, into the energizing orb, and then the energizing rod supplies it with power. So it combines the power with the recipe to give you the item at the end. And there's a whole bunch of different things you can make using the energizing orb. So yeah, we are going to be getting ourselves an energizing orb, and we are going to be placing it down, let's say here. Yeah, that'll probably do the job. So we'll grab our energizing rod, which we got for free from the mod box right here, and we'll craft up the energizing orb. So what we need to make the energizing orb is some tinted glass, and let's just double check the recipe here. We're going to need a dielectric casing. It's almost like dyslexic casing. And we're gonna need some dielectric rods as well. So at the moment we don't have any of that stuff, so let's just craft some of it up. And we need the dielectric casing, and then we should be able to craft the energizing orb. Beautiful stuff. Let's grab that. So basically what you want to do is you can just straight up attach your energizing rod to any side of this thermo generator. And we're going to plonk it on, let's see, I guess the front of that will do. Sticking out the front, why not? And we're going to plonk our energizing orb in front of it here, like that. So what you need to do to get these to work together is you need to actually link these up, and to do that you need to make the wrench, I believe it is, which we need some iron for, and we need, let's have a look here, dielectric paste, I think. Where is it? This thing here, which we already have. So we have ourselves a wrench. Cool. So we're going to need some of these, which I already have a bunch of actually, and some of those. So we do need to make 9 blazing crystals to make a block of blazing crystals. So what we want to do first is we want to link up this orb with the energizing rod. So let's do that. So shift right click link, shift right click link, and they look like they are linked up right now. Hopefully these are linked up now. Started linking. Link. Started linking. Linking done. There we go. So that was just normal right click right there. Okay. Nice one. So we need to put our recipe on here to craft up the blazing crystals. Now, it would be super convenient if you could just dump a bunch of the recipe ingredients into it and then it just does it and like does the whole stack for you, but that's not how it works. You need to put in exactly the recipe to craft each one individually, which is a little bit annoying, but it is just the way it works. So let's put in the recipe here for our blazing crystal like that. And as you can see right now, it very quickly, because this is pretty much an upgraded energizing rod, it turned it into the blazing crystal for us. So we just have to do that a bunch of times here to get enough. Now usually there's a beam of light. I don't know why it's not showing that right now, but it is what it is. And that's very quick. I'm liking that a lot. It is burning through the power pretty quick though, pretty much instantly. But we have 10 blazing crystals, so now what we can do is we can head on over here, chuck these in the crafting table and get ourselves a block of blazing crystal. And this is pretty much the ultimate block to use as your heat source for the thermo generator. So I'll show you what I mean with this thing. So if we were to take another look at the thermo generator power generation right now, it's currently filling up the energizing rod with power, which is why it's not showing any power at the moment. Let's just wait for it to finish doing its thing there. Okay, it's still going. Still going. So anyway, we can see that at the moment we've got the 80% efficiency with 48 FE per tick. So we're not even getting the what it's supposed to be generating, which is 60 FE per tick at the moment from sitting on this magma block. So if we were to replace this magma block with the block of blazing crystal here, and now take a look at it, it's actually 280% efficiency. So that's how good the blazing crystal block is. It actually supercharges this thing. So theoretically we shouldn't be able to get more than 60 FE per tick based on the description of this thing, but we're getting 168 FE per tick, which is filling up this thing super quickly compared to what it was before. Anyway, this thing is kind of hungry though. Anyway, we might as well make some of those energized steel while we're here, because we just need some Vault Essence, Larimar I think it was, and a chromatic steel. So let's chuck those in here. Larimar, chromatic, what was it, Vault Essence. So weird that I can't see the light beam from that. Usually there's a beam of light. Anyway, it does the job for me. It might be one of my graphical settings that I've got tweaked. Let's get some more of this going here. Large basic capacitor. Alright, I think we have everything we need now to make this hardened thermo generator, except for some more dielectric paste. And of course we're going to need the thermo generator as the last component. So let's just grab that back real quick. We're going to lose the power it's generated, but that's okay. And actually we're also going to have actually that should stay up there. So let's just free up some space real quick. Grab that off there. Grab that. Let's turn off the faucet. I didn't realize you could actually... Wow, it drips and everything. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize you could see the stream of water coming out of it. That's pretty awesome. Okay, let's craft up the hardened thermo generator. So this thing is going to produce... Well, on paper it says 100 FE per tick, but with 280% efficiency, I think we're going to do a little bit better than that. Let's put it on top of the blazing crystal block. There we go. We'll fill that with water. And it's going to be generating 280 Fe per tick, which is pretty awesome. So if we look at the reactors, it's actually a little bit more than the starter reactor, which is pretty awesome. Let's whack the energizing rod back on this thing right there, and that's pretty much our power generation done. I'll just make sure it's linked up. There we go. Nice. And it is full of power. Okay, so our power generation setup is done. We've got our hardened thermo generator. We've got our energizing orb. We've got our blazing energizing rod as well. So it's basically infinite power for free, which is pretty cool. And now that we have a source of power, we're also going to need to be able to transmit that power to, I mean, we could use cables, but the wireless transmission that you can use with this thing is actually pretty awesome. So, and we're also going to need some power storage options on this. So now I've got my generator set up and running here. We need a way to transfer the power to the items that I want to transfer power to, which is going to be my ME system over here and anything else that we need power for down the track. And while you can do it with cables, I actually prefer wireless. So what we're going to do is set up something called an ender cell. And with the ender cells, unlike a lot of the other things that you craft in the power mod, these you pretty much just craft whatever level straight up that you want. So you'll notice that the recipe for these does not actually require the lower tier version of the same thing to craft the higher tier versions. So essentially I can just pick whichever one I want to craft or have the materials to craft and go for it. Now, as far as looking at what the different levels do, like the starter one here, you can see it does 1000 Fe per tick maximum, whereas as you go up, they transfer a lot of energy, a lot more energy quicker than that. So I guess we want to go with the highest level ender cell we can make without going too crazy. We could actually probably look at making... let's have a look here. We could probably look at making the blazing one, I think. Because we just need some blazing crystals for this, and then the regular stuff that you need to make these, which isn't too bad at all. The higher tier ender cells have more channels as well. I don't know too much about the channel side of things. I usually just use one channel. But anyway, let's look at this this blazing ender cell. So we are going to need 4 blazing crystals for this, and I don't think we've got one blazing crystal there. So I think the recipe was like this and one of these. Let's craft a couple more of these up. We might need to do 2 of these actually. There's our ender watcher. So this is the recipe we need to put into the orb. Okay, so we're going to craft up the ender core using this recipe here. And there it is. Very cool. So we should have everything we need to make the ender cell. And we can just slap this on the side of the thermo generator here, I believe. So let's have a look at this. So the thing with this is, this particular level has 5 channels, but you need to actually insert power cells, either batteries or power cells, to store the energy in the channel. So there's 2 options here, which is, like I said, the batteries, these things. So you can see here it stores 1 million at the starter level with the battery, and then you have the power cells. And the starter energy cell here, it doesn't actually tell you how much this holds, but I think it's about the same amount. And we might as well just craft one of these, like the highest tier level that we can without going super crazy. We could make some more of these blazing ones. I don't know. We would need some more of this stuff though. We've got 1 left. Oh, okay. This does require the lower level ones to craft though. So it looks like we're going to make the starter one to begin with here, which is the chromatic iron ingots, tiny capacitors, and another dielectric. Now, yet another dielectric casing. Hopefully we got enough refined carbon for this stuff, because we are going to need that for chromatic steel. Okay, there we go. And we've got ourselves a hardened energy cell. So let's take a look at the battery just to sort of compare what these are like. The batteries have a slightly different recipe, as you can see, but it's more or less the same sort of cost. In fact, this hardened one requires energized steel, so it's actually a bit more expensive. But the hardened battery will store 10 million and do 10,000 Fe per tick. So let's just see. So basically with these, what you want to do is you want to go to your ender cell, choose which channel you want to put the energy cell or battery into, and then you just hold down shift and left click this in like that. And you can see it starts filling up with energy on that channel. None of the other channels have storage cells in them at the moment. So this holds 10 million and does 40,000 Fe per tick, compared with the battery, which does 10,000 Fe per tick and also holds 10 million though. So I guess it's basically this is going to be better than the other one. I think this will last us a while here, hopefully. If you're wondering what these slots are for here, I believe you can chuck in stuff to charge them up. Like you could put in a battery there to charge it up and stuff like that. So that'll take a while to fill up completely, because 10 million Fe is a lot, but that is cool. So the other thing that we need, now that we have this ender cell, what this can do is transmit the power wirelessly, and it actually transmits it through to the ender gate. As you can see here, there's also different levels of ender gate. You can see that this one here, the starter one, does 500 Fe per tick, and then it goes up. So I guess if we want to match the capability of this, I mean, we are going to need a few of these. Let's have a look. We don't have to go too crazy with them, I don't think. But this does 40,000 Fe per tick, so the equivalent we would need would be like up near the top level, actually, like the blazing one or something like that. But I don't think we're going to need that. I think we're going to be fine with something like maybe the basic or the hardened ones. We'll see what the recipes are like for those. So all of these require the ender cores. And by the way, you actually get 4 out of each one of these. So thank God for that. Makes it a little bit more cheap. Yeah, so let's take a look at these recipes here. Energy cable. Yeah, okay, so we already know what the ender core involves there, and all of these just have that ender core in there, so it's just the energy cable cost, I suppose. If we go to the hardened one, okay, we do have some leftover energized steel that we can use for this, so we'll probably make We'll probably make a bunch of these to get some of these hardened ones going. Otherwise, we've got to go into these. Let's have a look here. The blazing ones are oh, it's only 2 blazing crystal actually. Oh, but it is a blazing capacitor as well. And we've got 12 blazing energy cable, which is pretty sweet. So now we can use that to make the ender gate. We get 4 blazing ender gates from this recipe. In fact, it wouldn't be that hard to make another 4. We would just need to make another ender core, but we don't need 4 at the moment. We'll probably need 2, maybe 3 or 4 in the near future, but we can always craft extras when we need to. If I hang on to these components here, cool. So yeah, basically you slap these on. I think we just need to slap them on the item that you need to power. You don't actually need to put one on that, as far as I remember. Hopefully that's how it works. We'll soon find out. So let's put away some of this stuff. Put that in there. Put those in there for now. Put that in there as well. And I think we're just about ready to start working on the rest of the ME system. So yeah, we already have the ME drive that we got from the mod box, which is awesome, but we need to set up the rest of the basic ME system here to get this up and running. So yeah, what we're going to need is somewhere to input the power to the ME system. So there's actually 2 different ways you can connect the power. You can connect the power to an energy receptor, and that is pretty much all the energy receptor does, in my understanding. So it's a pretty useless block, and you can just bypass it altogether by crafting yourself an ME controller. And this is much more useful to craft, but it does require a lot of different things here. So a lot of the crafting recipes for applied energistics will require different types of processes and also circuits which are used to make the processes. So to make all of this stuff, you need to basically make inscribers and stuff like that. It's quite a lengthy and complicated process. We're also going to need all 4 of the different presses that you can make. And these are actually pretty basic. You actually use the vault crystals as part of the ingredients for these. So we might as well craft those up to start with. But we're also going to need some other stuff. Let's have a look here at the different circuits. So one of the circuits takes chromatic iron. The other one will take Larimar. Then we've got Larimar again. And as you go through, there's also ones that will take chromatic steel. Let's have a look here. I think silicon is the other thing that I need to make. So there's actually two types of silicon in this mod pack. One is for refined storage, and the other is for applied energistics. So that's the one that we want to make. And to make this, we need to put Certus quartz dust into a furnace, basically. So let's grab some of that, which I have from farming some of the ores inside of the resource vaults. We'll chuck that in here, put some extra fuel in there. Okay, so we'll just leave that to cook up so we get some silicon there. Okay, so we'll make the presses. So we do need to grab some of these crystals for this. I think we'll need 4 of these. These are the resource vault crystals, and I think it was emerald for that first one. It's a pretty basic recipe like that. That will give us the engineering press. I'm going to imagine it's going to be diamond and some other things for the other ones. Let's have a look here. So we've got the silicon press, which is the silicon. Let's grab some of that fresh out of the blast furnace. And we've got our inscriber silicon press. And then we should have the calculation press, which is paper. Let's grab some paper. Grab that. Now, usually you would have to find these through RNG in the overworld by hunting down, I believe it's like the meteorite sites or whatever it is. It's a pretty fun little process, but because we're in the sky vaults, we do it this way. So the last one is diamond. There you go. Totally called it. Let's grab a diamond out of there. And that should be the last press that we need. We get an advancement, unknown technology, for getting all 4 of them, which is pretty cool. Okay, so that's pretty sweet. Now, there's some other stuff that we're going to have to get as well to get the process rolling here with Applied Energistics 2. One thing that we're going to need to get is charged Certus quartz crystals. So let's see, and I think we need, let's have a look here. I have these regular Certus quartz crystals here. We've also got some of the Certus quartz dust. So to make this, what we need is a charger. This thing here. Which we should be able to make with this recipe right here. Let's have a look here. The charger. Let's get this going. So we're just going to need some of this, and we'll get the charger happening. So this lets you charge up the Certus quartz crystals, but this does require power. I'm probably going to try to put these over here somewhere and put the energy cable here. Now, this is where we'll slap one of our... Yeah, this is where we use our ender gate to wirelessly transfer the power. So basically what we want to do is transfer power from the generator to this power cable down here. So we're going to put an ender gate on this side of it over here. And then we're going to be able to slap this down here in a second on top to get the power. But we do need to just make sure that this is set to channel 1, which it is. So you can see the power in here right now. And we can put this on top of this like that. Let's see. So we have our charger. So that will give us some charged Certus quartz. So there's a whole bunch of different things we're going to need here. Essentially, we are going to need... let's look at what we want to make, which is the controller, right? So the ME controller... this bad boy here. So we're going to need some Fluix crystals. So what we need next to craft the ME controller is some Fluix crystals. To get Fluix crystals, we are going to need some Fluix seeds. And to get Fluix seeds, we need Fluix dust and sand. So Fluix dust we get by throwing a redstone dust, a charged Certus quartz crystal, and a nether quartz into water. And it will eventually turn into 2 Fluix dust. So we're going to chuck a bunch in here to get some of this. Hopefully the well is going to serve the purpose that we need of our water. So we chuck those in there. Okay, they're gone underneath the bucket. Oh, that was very fast. Excellent. So we got 18 Fluix dust out of that, which is pretty sweet. So I'm very confused cod in that well. All right. So now what we need is some sand. So let's grab some sand. We got our sand there. Cool. Starting to get a very full inventory here. But yeah, like we were looking at there already, what we need is we need to get the Fluix seeds. So for these, it looks like we just straight up craft those. So that should be super easy. We'll maybe do half of these just in case we need Fluix dust for something else. And we'll get a bunch of those Fluix seeds. And then what we do with the Fluix seeds is we have to throw these in water. And they will turn into Fluix crystals for us. So we got 18 of these. We'll chuck them in the well again. I don't know how long this is going to take. Did they just disappear? Oh, they just straight up. Okay. Okay, that was extremely fast. I didn't expect it to be that fast. That's pretty cool. All right, so what do we do with these Fluix seeds? Let's take a look. To get our Fluix crystals, we need to throw the Fluix seeds into water. Okay. Oh, I must have picked them up by accident because these are okay. They're only 0.15% done. Chuck them back in. Stand back this time. This actually, if I remember correctly, this part of the process did take quite a long time. We should be able to see the progress on these things. Yeah, look at that. That is super slow. Okay. So while we're waiting for the Fluix seeds to turn into Fluix crystals, let's craft the other machines that we're going to need to craft some of these different things for the Applied Energistics 2 system. So one of the things we're going to need is an inscriber. And there's also an advanced inscriber as well that you can make, which is definitely what you want to make as soon as you can. I think the advanced inscriber is going to need some engineering processes. So we're kind of forced to make the regular inscriber to start with. So for this, we just need 5 chromatic steel ingots, 2 perfect Larimar, and a waxed block of copper, which is honeycomb, and a block of copper. Let's grab that. There's our block of copper. And we need a honeycomb. Wax that block up. And then we just need some of that and some of that. To get the inscriber. Good stuff. So now we can chuck the inscriber down here as well. This one does actually have the same footprint as a regular block, which is great. Cool. So what this is going to allow us to do is basically to craft some of these circuits and stuff like that we need using the inscribe the presses or whatever they're called. We'll probably put those here permanently at some point. Okay, there are all the different circuit types right there. Okay, I'm going to sleep through the night, and hopefully by the time we wake up, the Fluix crystals will be done. All right, 18 Fluix crystals. Nice one. We are going to need a lot more than that, mind you. Let's take a look here. I really think I need that crystal acceleration thing. Let's take a look at this. Crystal acceleration. Crystal growth accelerator. Yeah, we definitely want to make one of these. Oh, okay, it's only 4 crystals to make a block. That's not too bad, actually. It's not too bad at all. So, crystal growth accelerator. Let's see. Excel. So, what was the upgraded version called? Crystal growth chamber. So, we did need 6 of these to do that, but so 6 of those is, this is only 3, isn't it? So we need 1 for each of those. Okay. All right, ME controller time. We just need a perfect Larimar, and we should be good to go to craft this up. Beautiful stuff. There we go. So this is going to supply the power to our ME system, and I might put this one right here. Eventually, I'm going to have a bunch of these things, but we'll put this first one right here. And we're going to need to connect that via ME cable to our ME drive here. So let's grab some of our smart cable. This is the dense stuff, which is super good, actually. I think this is really thick looking stuff too. Yeah, this is crazy good stuff. And we might go with the blue looking. I think we can dye this. Dense. So to get blue, we need just a bit of dye. Oh, we don't have enough cabling though for it, I don't think. So we'll just have to go with the grey stuff for now. But we should be able to connect that there. And then put this here like that. Now this will need to get powered up as well. So we'll have to work underneath that. And we're going to slap another one of these ender gates on it to supply the power. Put that on there. Have it on channel 1. And hopefully it's going to connect. Yep. Beautiful stuff. All right. So we also need our ME crafting terminal. This is where things get super expensive. So, yeah, for the crafting terminal, we need a calculation processor. We need a crafting table. Let's just grab a crafting table. And let's put those wrenches in there. So we need an illuminated panel. Let's have a look here. Now that we have the ME drive, we need the ME crafting terminal. And for this, we need a calculation processor, a crafting table. So we have both of those. We also need to get an echo pog, which is the most expensive part of this whole process. So for an echo pog, you need 8 pogs and a perfect echo gem. So perfect echo gem is 4 echo gems. And the pogs are obviously one of each of the player gems. combined. So I think I have a couple of pogs already here. We got 2 pogs, but we are going to have to craft a few more of those. That gives us 8. And we need to combine those with a perfect echo gem. And we're going to grab all of our echo gems and get those going. And then we're going to get ourselves an echo pog. Done. Okay, so ME terminal. Now for this, we also need a logic processor. So let's grab that. I'm pretty sure I had one ready to go here. What else are we going to need for this? We're going to need the annihilation core, and we're going to need the formation core. So for this, we're going to need a Fluix block and a logic processor, and for this, we're going to need a logic processor and a Fluix block as well. So it looks like it's just a slightly different configuration here. Oh, this is nether quartz. Okay, ME terminal completed. And ME crafting terminal completed. Beautiful stuff. Okay, while I'm waiting for more Fluix crystals to form over in the well, I'm going to work on crafting the advanced inscriber. So this can craft stacks of circuits rather than just one at a time. It's way, way better. So we're going to grab our inscriber here. And what we need to make the advanced inscriber is the original inscriber, a couple of hoppers, 4 perfect Larimar, and 2 engineering processes, all of which I have. So we have ourselves the advanced inscriber. So this is definitely going to make life a lot easier for us. So now we can just chuck in these and just craft them up in bulk, which is going to be really good. So, okay. So we're still waiting for those Fluix crystals. Let's see. They're getting there. Oh, they're very close actually. Let's just wait on these. Shouldn't take too much longer. And there we go. We have some Fluix crystals. So this should be enough to finish making the crystal growth chamber. We just needed a couple more of these Fluix blocks for this. And we should have everything else. Now I should have everything I need to make the crystal growth chamber, including this chest made out of these special what are these things called? Wooden chunks from the vault. Alrighty, let's get it crafted up here. So this thing is pretty awesome. So now we have the advanced inscriber, so we can craft up whole stacks of circuits if we need to. And now we can just chuck in any Fluix seeds or whatever we need to grow in here, and it will be super fast. We can also put upgrades in these, by the way, or at least in this one, for speed and stuff like that, and in this one too, by the looks of it, which is pretty cool. I don't think, do I have any speed upgrades? I don't think I do, but they're not that bad to craft. Alright guys, so we basically have the power generation set up, and we also have our basic ME system set up, with the very important exception of the digital storage cells themselves that we need to put inside the ME drive to actually be able to store things in here. So kind of important and very expensive as well. So as far as the options go for this, let's take a look at what's available for us. So basically what we're looking for here is the storage cells. And it starts off at the 1K storage cells. It goes to 4K, 16K. There's no 32K for some reason, but then 64K and 256K, the big boy there. But all of these, no matter what size they are. All only store 63 types of items, which can fill up very quickly with unique item types. And that's one of the differences with refined storage that a lot of people like with refined storage, is that it's just like literally to 256k items, no matter if they're unique items or all the same type of item that they fit. But with Applied Energistics 2, it is different. They are 63 item types per disk, no matter the storage size. But you can actually get around this by getting what's called the disks instead. Let's see, or is it drive? I can't remember exactly how it labels them in this. Let's see, Applied Energistics 16k. So yeah, here we go. Item storage cells. So that's what we're talking about with the 63 types of items you can store. And then you've got, where are they? Disks. These things, that's right. So this is a slightly different mod actually called AE2 things. And what this allows you to do is take exactly the same storage component. So in this case, a 16k one, and you make a special ME disk housing. And if you combine those two, you get a disk drive. And this does not have the item limit on it. So it's just like the refined storage. But it is quite expensive because this thing is going to cost an extra black chromatic steel to give it that extra function there. So ultimately we are going to be going for these disk drives rather than the storage cells. Now there is a little bit of a downside to that, in that you can't modify these the same way that you can with the cells with certain upgrades, like the equal distribution upgrade and stuff like that. Anyway, getting back to what we're going to be doing here to craft up our storage cells, we're going to start off with these, probably a 16k storage cell. We're not going to, well actually we will need the item cell housing as well, because we're going to have to combine that with the black chromatic steel to turn it into a disc. But this is quite an involved crafting recipe. So if we look here at the storage component, it's 4 black chromatic steel, and then you've got a calculation processor, which is not too bad, redstone dust, and then you've got 3 of these 4k ME storage components. These are made up each of 3 1k ME storage components, and so you basically have to make 9 of these things off the bat, which is 9 logic processes. So this is why it becomes so handy to have an advanced inscriber to be able to make that many. So I've got 4 at the moment. We are going to need a bunch more of those. Can you get out of it, pig? What are you doing? Stuck. He's stuck back there. So yeah, we're going to need a few more of those. I've got 4 here. We're going to need 9 of these. So I'm going to need 2 more printed silicon. Let's grab these out of here. Nice one. Okay. Combine these with some of that. And we should be almost done with everything we need, at least to make the storage component. Okay, there are our calculation processes that we needed, which should allow us to make 3 of these, and that should allow us to make this. Okay, so all we need now is to make the housing, this thing here. So we need 3 blocks of redstone. Starting to run out of redstone already. Oh no, I've still got quite a lot there actually. Nice. Okay, so let's get the housing made. And what we need to do to turn this into the storage disk is we need a smithing table and black chromatic steel. Now I think I have a smithing table here somewhere. Where did I put it? Or do I? Yeah, here it is. Put that in there, put that in there. So we have our ME item cell housing and the black chromatic steel ingot in the smithing table, and we get the ME disk drive housing. So this is what allows us to craft the 16K disk drive, which is our first digital storage cell. So we're going to put this into the ME drive here. Bam. And now we actually have storage, so we can chuck stuff in here if we want, like these for example, and we can now see these in the storage system, and we could craft with them and stuff like that, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, so I am going to need a lot more of those drives. As you could probably tell from crafting that one, though, they are very, very expensive because you need 5 black chromatic steel for each one, and black chromatic steel does not grow on trees. It is extremely expensive, so it's going to take a while to get all of the materials that we need to get a full system here. But hopefully that's enough, at least for what I've got in these boxes. It might not be quite enough, but I might need a second one, but we'll see how we go. We can now craft the ME storage bus. And this thing is super, super important for hooking up the storage drawers. So what we're going to do with this is we are going to put it on the bottom of our drawer controller over here. Let's just, have I got enough blocks? Do that. Like that. Now I think that was our trim, wasn't it? So how am I going to do this? Let's think about this. So with this thing, basically what you want to make sure you do if you want to hook this up to your drawers is you want to make sure the drawers have a higher priority, and that way when you're putting stuff into the system here that fits in a drawer instead of the actual storage cell, it goes into the storage drawers first rather than into the storage cell. So for that reason, let's just set the priority here. Priority. So we're just going to go plus 100. And then we're going to go connect that up there. Beautiful. All right, that should be working perfectly now for us. So just to test this out, if I were to grab something like the nether quartz, which I know for sure is set up in one of the drawers over here, and we were to chuck that into here like that, theoretically it should go up into the storage drawer. So you see how there's 47 there now? Like if we were to take these out again, so there's 0 in there at the moment, and we chuck them in here, you can see they've gone straight back into the drawers. Whereas if we had this priority set to 0, it would go into the storage disk instead. But with something like these smart cables, if we chuck these in here, obviously there's no storage drawer set up for these. So these are going to be in the actual storage system here under the smart cabling. But we can access everything in the drawers now here as well. So for instance, if I were to go look for some pizza night, we can see that in here. We can take it out. We can craft with it. It's really, really good. So yeah, okay, that stuff's all filtered out of there. So we'll have to stick some more of that in there. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to like tidy some of this up. But that's essentially our system set up, which is awesome. Let's grab that out of there. And we can patch all of this up. There's also some things you can do to tidy this up as well. Frame, what are they called? I can't remember the name of it. They're actually hard to find because they're not listed in JEI for some reason, but you can basically make covers that cover up the gaps like this around the ME cabling too, which is really nice. Okay, anyway, I am going to tidy up these holes and then we'll pretty much be done for this episode. So yeah, we pretty much got our ME system set up, which is awesome. We got our power generation set up. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of crafting. It's kind of complicated a little bit, but it's going to be so awesome to have all this stuff set up, ready to go. We're going to be using it throughout the rest of the playthrough, so it's pretty awesome. So I hope you guys are enjoying this series, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.